Namaskaram and welcome to Surya Malladi sir and from Indica Academy, and he is closely associated with an organization which is supporting Dharmic studies and Veda Pathaslas. So please could you tell us about your organization and the vision and mission, Surya Garu?
Basically, this organization is started in 2019 in the name Haritasa. In the Brahmin cult, we have a Gotra called Haritasa Gotra. But on the other front, the meaning of Haritasa is the welfare of the humankind. Saharita. The benefit or the benevolence of the Almighty on all the human beings, or the well-being of all the people. That is what actually the Haritasa means. We are ardent devotees and disciples of His Holiness Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham, the 70th pontiff Shri Vijayendra Saraswati Mahaswamy. At his instructions, we started few activities under the shelter Haritasa Charitable Trust. The basic thing is the science that is embedded in the Vedas has to be exposed to the society and must be understood in the true essence by doing the basically one thing we have to understand is dharma is an element which is not for preaching, but it is for the activity, for the deed. Unless you unless you act, people cannot follow you. So many people are there to preach the subject, but ultimately when you act, people get motivated and then they will start implementation of that. Under this conscience, what we did is we adopted. That means few part of Veda Pathaslas are there where we promote on the second front. What there is one um, misconception is that the Vedic students they confine themselves only to the Vedic studies and they are inferior when they come to the society regarding the language barriers, speaking other languages, mainly English, mathematics, and other things. This was discussed with us by His Holiness in 2016 when he was doing Chaturmasya in Vijayawada and asked us to plan something. So to go to the Veda Pathaslas to inculcate or to imbibe the knowledge of English and other sciences also. But it is very difficult in the current scenario because we are all employees. So in such scenario, what we identified is we made the Veda Pathaslas to associate with the government organizations, the government curriculum. And by the time the Vedic student comes out of the Veda Pathasala, should hold a certificate with the 10th class pass, where we teach them the Sanskrit, Hindi, mathematics, and English. It's a part of the curriculum where the student is well equipped with Vedic sciences of the Veda, and also he is now a scholar in the 10th class with a certificate. So we can promote them. Now, what happens is if I give charity, we believe it makes people lazy. So, what is the alternative? That when we decided that these Veda Pathashalas should perform one activity for the welfare of the society. The Vedic mantras, the Vedic verses, which are there in Aruna Parayana, which are there in Nava Graha or the Nakshatreshti, or in certain Vedic scripts like Pancha Upanishads or Pancha Katakas. These are all for the welfare of the mankind. Gauri, Mimaya, Salilani, Takshat, Ekapadi, Dvipadi, Sa Chatuspadi. The verse that speaks the welfare, the connection between the sun and the rain. The way when we perform some Vedic havans, it impacts the the welfare of the universe. Ultimately, the Veda is nothing but knowing the nature. It's not that we know the God. There is nothing God separately. It is the universe. That's why we have the various forms of gods in the various in the Panchabhutatmaka Tattva. So that's what we requested these Veda Pathashalas to perform such sacred activity in the form of a Havan, which is a proven science, so that we offer them our donations. That means here there are two positive activities are happening. That is, one, sacred activity is happening, people getting attracted towards that, participating in that, and now we are also supporting the Veda Pathas. Whatever we are doing is either from our hard earnings or from the charity that people give it to us, we donate it to them. That's all. There is no profit oriented activity at all in this. Now, followed by this, every week we perform one havan like Aruna Parayana. One time we do Purusha Sookta Havanam. One time we do these havans. Besides this, yeah. Now, besides this, we also take the activity of safeguarding cows. We have a few safeguarding. We have cow protection places where 800 or 400 cows are there, which are taken care, which are saved by under various parameter, various occasions. We saved them, and we maintain those things, and we request the donators to directly contact them and make them self-sufficient, at least by donating these public, but donating these whatever that is possible for them. Besides this, during Ganesh Chaturthi and other this thing, we offer free of cost. We offer the Ganesh idols made by cow dung free to the public. Now, again, it's a nature-related anti-pollution activity where upon completion of this Navaratri or the puja, they can merge these things in the water. So it is again a polluted-free environment. We want to promote that this thing. These are all the activities that we are doing. Besides that, during the corona also we fed almost more than 400 people per week. We fed free food during our activities. This is what is in a nutshell, this is what is our aim, our goal. Besides doing our regular jobs and all, some time, some portion of our earnings to sacrifice for the welfare of the society.
So where are these activities based? Is it Acharya is in Kanchi? So where is your activity based?
We perform these activities across India in all the places. Like in Bangalore, we perform this activity. We used to perform in Chamarajpet Sankaramatham monthly
Mm.
once. One Sunday
Mm.
in Chamarajpet, Bangalore. One Sunday we go to Parli Vaidyanadeshwar temple, because see, certain places are there. Whether this can be proved or not, we don't know. But when we read, when we identify, when we understand the science behind certain temples and kshetras, they give some result. Now, spirituality is not improving something; it is to experience something. So we performed certain activities in Parli Vaidyanadeshwar, in Kashi, in Jammu and Kashmir. In Kashi, we performed Sata Chandi Havan for 15 days. In Tripurantakam, we spread across these activities across. We performed one Havan in Kanchipuram, Vrindavanam. So we intimate, we have His Holiness Sri Pushpagari Peethadishwara, Sri Vijay, Sri Abhinavadanda Vidya Sankara Bharati Swamy, located in Hyderabad. In his presence, we perform one Havan. And all these are taken from the Veda. All these mantras, all these activities are as defined in the Veda. So we perform these activities across in Bengaluru Chamarajpet, in Bannerghatta, that Krishna Govardhan Peetham is there. We performed there. In Tadepalgudi in Andhra Pradesh, in Pithapuram, we performed. So based on the planetary movements, and the planetary movements which gives a result in certain kshetras, we go there, perform it, and come back. So we also, being astrologers, we see the planetary movements, and that planetary movement where it fetches the result to us upon doing an act. So that's what we do actually.
So, what is the role of ritual in our Vedic dharma? Is it what is the like for instance today people say chanting at home is sufficient, going to a temple is sufficient, but in the Veda Pathasala we are saying go to the next step of actually being engaged with Agni and with our gods directly. So, what is the significance of this?
We have to understand the Veda as a whole with its meaning embedded inside. Hiranyasringam prapadye tirtham me dehi yachitah yanmaya bhuktam asadhonam papebhyascha pratigraha. The activity only will cleanse you. It's not that it's something. See, karmanyevadhikaraste mafaleshu kadachana. In the 18th chapter in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, you should not stop. You don't have any right to stop the tapo, homa, dana, paramscha. You don't have any right to relinquish these activities, but you should attain a stage where you go for karma falatyaga, not karma tyaga. Karma tyaga, it was nowhere defined in any of the scriptures. It is only the karma falatyaga. That means I should sacrifice my activities for the welfare of the universe, not for an individual. If the universe is good, if the nature is good, nature is positive, everyone will be happy. So this karma is the ultimate and most important thing that plays a vital role in the Sanatana Dharma. And that karma is, it defines various activities. Like if you are a Brahmin, you are given a role of a Sandhya Vandanam. In the Sandhya Vandanam, we say Hiranyavarna Sutya Pavakaha Ya Sujataha Kasyapoya Agnyangarbham Dadhire Virupa. That means it is been preached to us how to safeguard the rivers. It says Kasyapaha Agnyam Garbham Dadhire Virupa. The Agni, the fire, the form of fire, in the name of the out of 12 Adityas, one Kashyapa in the form of Agni is under the river. You pray him. You pray him. He will cleanse your body. Hiranyasringam prapadhye tirtham meya dehiyachitah. I don't know where from I am eating food. I don't know what is the origination of food. Today, America said, American scientists have proved that whatever that the thought process of a person who cooks the food, it influences the person who takes the food, who intakes it. Now, a mother who cooks food in the house always seeks the welfare of their family. That's why our ancient culture has given a very good that was disseminated over the years or generation. Now that link we now missed it because we often prefer to take food outside, which is an absolutely commercial venture, economical equation, profit oriented. Now our mindset also got completely tuned to that. So how to come out of it? It is the karma. It is the cleansing technique that makes you again pure, and you put yourself into the right track. So ultimately, is it possible? Is it proved? I don't know, because spirituality not is there in to prove something, but to experience something. That's all. So the role of karma is to define the purity or to disseminate the purity by these sacred activities to the society. Like when you enter the rose garden, you need not pluck a rose and take every time with you to smell it or to have the fragrance. No, once you enter into that aura, automatically the fragrance surrounds you. Similarly, when this positive attitude or the positive energy is disseminated among the society, you are one among them. That's all.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what we
Yesterday,
feel.
some friend was saying that her grandson is in a Veda Pathashala in Mysore, and his father is a Purohit. So they're continuing the tradition. So,
Exactly.
if is that what are the roles that you envision for these children who are in traditional Veda Pathashalas? Is it to go into family traditions like Purohit and study the Veda, or are there other paths that they take?
There are two things, madam. When you understand Veda, it can be a curriculum for you to take a lifestyle with this thing. Simultaneously, to understand Veda, to imbibe the culture, be in the current society, imbibe the culture that is defined in the Veda, and prove to be in the civilization, in the proper civilization. See, whatever that today we are doing, 90% of it is being imitated. 90% of it is imitated. Today, whatever that food we are taking, that it is nowhere positive. But what was defined in Veda, you cook food for yourself, use ghee, or you the way it was defined in the Agnikaryam. how to preach, how to make the food, how to offer it to the god. See, ultimately, when a mantra or a Vedic hymn is spelled, the sound that reaches the other person is in the form of a wave. The wave, the more the positive, the human, the more the cleansed. Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam. So when it says, when I am continuously surrounded with this positive energy, always my thoughts and deeds will be in favor of the society. So today, every family, if it gives one son with a good culture to the society, where is the necessity to eradicate the negative from the society? Now, today we are in the process of eradicating the negative because we failed in providing a good son to the society, good daughter to the society, good culture for to the society. We failed in that. Now we want to rebuild it. And rebuild it is a process. It takes some time. But at least if one get influenced and change his attitude. Now today, Veda Pathaslas are increasing. From 1990 to 2003, in Hyderabad, 6 Veda Pathashalas were closed. That shows what was the trend then. Now today, again, we have rebuilt 4 Veda Pathashalas out of it. That shows people are now inclined towards Dharma. And we are happy to say we are a small drop out of the ocean from that. So we have to have this particular Veda in our curriculum. People should adopt this as their curriculum also. Besides that, they also should pursue the current trend, because you cannot be isolated. You cannot be an odd man out. So they must have an existence in the current society besides following the tradition, so that they are well balanced and well taken to the next generations.
Sir, one last question.
Right.
In our Kanchi Matham traditions, Parmacharya Chandrasekhara Swamiji, he was like a Dharma Rakshaka. He told us, set us, guidelines on how to protect, how to preserve, and how to perform our Dharma. Then Acharya Jayendra Saraswati, and he was a reformer of sorts, and he promoted education and both for boys and for girls. Now our Acharya now, what is his vision and which under whose grace you are doing this activity?
Education coupled with the tradition. Now, after this, in the recent past, the developments of His Holiness Sri Shankara Vijayendra Saraswati Swamy, he started Sampradaya schools for ladies with free of education. Now, education is important. It is the one which enlightens us. Besides that, tradition is important to disseminate to the next generation. So his vision is growth, technology, and whatever the current developments should help us in promoting the dharmic act. Now we limit ourselves only for enjoyment. Now you remove enjoyment and include this their dharmic activities. That's where we started Zoom classes. That's where we influenced the schools and the colleges on various. Now I am a regular speaker in IIM Gauhati. I am a regular speaker in various training colleges of banks, where I wrote a book on the management perspective of Bhagavad Gita. Now you bring this, but the essence of this Purana. Now we have Sanasujatiyam in Mahabharata. We have Yoga Vasishtam in Ramayana, which are equivalent to, are more equivalent to, more powerful than Bhagavad Gita. Now there is every science in these things of how to manifest yourself for a better life. So these things now we are making as part of our personality trainings. This is the instructions, or this is the guidance that was received by us, because as you rightly said, Jayendra Saraswati Swamy is a reformer, and Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Mahaswami, he followed the dharma. He is a motivation to everyone. During his lifetime of 100 years, he never stepped the car, a vehicle. Either he traveled by walk or by bullock cart. That's as Dharma said, he lived his life. That's why he is called as walking God. Now, followed by Mr. Vijayendra Saraswati Mahaswamy, he felt the importance of the Hindu Dharma, which is being framed by the people to use the neglected sector for conversions. Now, he made a walk through the slums and he told, no, it is not like that. We are there for you. He gave an assurance to them. He brought them back to us. So every person in this particular religion is required for us to safeguard our dharma, our activities. If a Brahmin is doing only the yajna and homa, it is not self-sufficient. People should be there to secure this.
Correct.
So, in such way, our holiness, be it Shankar Vijayendra Saraswati Mahaswamy, be it Pushpagiri Peethadipati, Sri Vijaya Bharati Swami, they want to take all the people together. They want to disseminate this knowledge to all the people, understand them. Now, people with the pseudo activists and all, they are now provoking us. Now, why only Vedas to the Brahmins and all? Why not to others and all? There is a reason for everything. And now, when you make them understand the essence of it, people will understand. Otherwise, they will be always be living in a myth, in a hatred. Now, to overcome this, we have to disseminate to the society. We have to penetrate to the society and make them walk with us. Now, today, while performing the Havans and all, we say, if he's a non-Brahmin, as per the Dharma, you should not do it. We cannot allow you, but you can see that. Karta karita cheva prarako anumotakascha. Sukrutam duskrutam cheva chatvari samabhaginaha. If we explain this to them, that all the people who are a part of this activity are getting equal result. So you need not worry. See, take the blessings. People are happy. They are coming with us. Initially, when we started, only 2 people were there. Today, we have gathering of more than 350 for every activity. So this change comes over a period of time, and when you explain the things to them that they are not debarred, they are one among us. And yes, to continue the dharma, we have to follow the rules scrupulously. No deviation to anybody for that. I am a Brahmin, I am a Vaishya, I am a Kshatriya, I am a Shudra. My duties are defined for me, and I need to do that. That's all. My karma always says, what is defined to me, I should do that karma without any deviation. Hope we have to be much more better in the days to come. We have to perform much more better.
Thank you so much for your time, Sri, and it was lovely speaking to you. And I hope you have more energy and strength in continuing the good work that you're doing. And I hope Indic Academy is able to support you in any way. We will
My
speak to you
God's
about it.
my Guru's blessings. So thank you very much for your valuable time and the consideration of our request. Thank you very much.
Thank you. On.